Drive and tune with the Subaru BRZ, and this is a Class C, and my rival is maybe in the 220th area out here, so we're gonna see if we can't. I think I got it tuned up okay. It needs a little work still. But it's pretty drivable. I could do pretty consistent things with this. I have to let off like right there, which I don't want to have to do because the car pushes just a little bit. A little wide on that one. Get inside of this turn because it likes to push on this one too. Lost the back end there. That's not good. See, there's a little work left to be done on this. It's not bad. Staying ahead of my rival here. Probably do some work on the gearing on this thing. So I got it by pretty much. So it's not a bad time I got going here. It'd be nice, about 3 or 4 laps in, go ahead and get out in front of him. Get a good turn here, finish this lap out. See where we end up. Pretty good there. And then we'll go through the tune real quick on it because it's pretty solid. I mean, I just beat that guy by a fair amount there. So, well, I better resume. If you don't resume it right away, sometimes it doesn't give it to you. So, 127.899. I don't know where that's at. Leaderboard wise, we'll find out. But it was a solid second ahead of my rival, which was already about 220. So maybe in the 150 range, you know, with the second there. We'll see. I drove that lap pretty well. There's maybe another half second I could go get in there. So I don't know if this is quite going to be a top 100 or even definitely not a top 50 car, but it's going to be a solid car just because of the way it handles and things is really good. So that's nice. So we'll take a look here. What did we get? No, that was top 100. No, better than I thought. So dropped in there in 85th place, and I only drove that like 3 or 4 laps and didn't even feel that fast. And like, I guess that's racing. That's the way that they talk about it out there. So, but yeah, nice lap there. Pretty happy with that. And yeah, so we'll go take a look at the tune here and see what we got. Trying to dial in something here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so let's go take a look here real quick. Nice little top 100 tune though. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's go back and take a look. Let's get back out of here. This was a C class, and let's take a look at our tune. First off, let's just, oh, I don't want to do that. Let's look at the base. Let me get in here somewhere where we can see weight. So it's 234 horsepower, 174 foot-pounds of torque, 2463 on the weight with the distribution of 53 up front and 2.2 liters. There's the numbers there, 5.7, 5.5. It's good handling, pretty good speed, nice acceleration and launch. Pretty fun car to drive, really. And then there's your numbers for top speed and those things. So let's go through here. First thing I will start with, though, is the platform and handling. Although, yeah, we'll do platform and handling here. So this has an aspiration conversion. Sometimes if you don't come in here and do it first, it won't let you. So let me just show you that first. If you come over to aspiration conversion, I have this a centrifugal supercharger on it. I do that all the time because you just get a great benefit out of that, and I like what it does. So, but that's what I got on there. So that's it for in there. So let's come back here. We'll talk platform and handling here, and we have. Let's see. We're gonna have. Oh, this is the wrong. I'm in the wrong place here. Back up one. This is one I wanted. All right. So we've got brakes. We're going to have race brakes. I'm not going to show every one of these, but this is race brakes, race springs, race roll bars front and back. I believe a full roll cage in here. Could have taken some of that out if I was going after some more PI, but I got a pretty good balance of what I had. And I got full race weight reduction in there. So race across the board in here on my platform and handling. And then we've got the clutch, I believe is a stock clutch. I normally run stock on that. I have sport transmission, so I get that adjustable final drive. And what do we got here? Stock drive line, and it's going to be race differential all the time, so we get that adjustable differential. That looks good in there. Let's move on. Let's do aero real quick. Standard, Forza front, Forza back, so you get that adjustable on both of those. Nothing new there, and I don't believe I have any of these other parts. You can put them on if you like the way they look and stuff like that. A lot of it's just aesthetics, and it's gonna, some of these will make, oh I do, wait a minute. Oh, look at that. So this actually must drop the weight just a touch. It does about 6 pounds. So I got a got that hood on there. So I guess if you want to use that 1 PI somewhere else on some wheels or something, you could. Probably not that big a deal. And I don't have anything here. Could though, you know, if you like the way some of these other ones look, it's gonna add just a touch of weight, but not a big deal. Wheels and tires. Let's go tires. Let's look at tires here. I have, I believe, sport tire compound. I had race at one point, but I wanted to get some more horsepower out of it, and for the Alps, I did not need, you know, this grip worked just fine. And then let's go and take a look here at the, so and I have just the 225, so I have one up on the upgraded width here. On the front, I believe I have more on the rear though. I have all full, yeah, full rear. Got 295s, very wide. It's a rear-wheel drive car. I like to get that width if you can. Really makes it grip coming out of those turns. And then my wheels, honestly don't know which ones I have. I think they're over here. I got these all the way at the end. Got the Equip, the Work Equip 01s. Pick whatever, you know, whatever gets you at 500 PI. That seemed to work pretty well for me. They're heavier wheels just because I needed that extra couple of PI. 19-inch wheels front and back, so I have full wheel on the front and the back. Okay, so that covers all of those. Now let's get in. I don't even know. Let me look real quick. I may not have any engine parts in here, but we'll take just a quick browse. I think I just have the. Oops, missed the exhaust there. Yeah, I don't think I have anything here. I think I just have that supercharger on there, which gave me the extra horsepower. You can see I've played around with this at different times, at different things, but this is where I'm at right now. Yeah, I seriously doubt I grabbed any of these, so I normally don't. Here, and the last one we'll look at is the flywheel. Probably stock flywheel. Yep. So all stock engine parts. Like I said, the only thing it is the aspiration conversion with the centrifugal supercharger. So let's go ahead and get into the tune and take a quick look at that. So got 29.5 in the front and 29 in the back. That seemed to get the tires a pretty good temperature on. This is tuned for the Alps, and I actually ran a couple laps on stab plats, so it actually works really well on both the short and the long. And I got like 150th or something like that on stab plats after a couple of laps. So car worked really well. I think it'll work well on all the Alps style of tracks. So that's really what this one's tuned for. So yeah, but 29.5 and 29 on those. My final drive is 445. I might be able to squeeze a little more time out of there if I played around with that a little bit more, but it wasn't too bad. Alignment I got on the camber -1 and 0.9. That's maybe a touch higher than I would normally go, but it just after playing around with it, I'm normally in the 0.7 or so range here, and 0.9, but just a touch higher. Pretty standard. I always put one. That's actually normally I put a -1 on the rear, and that's interesting that I have a +1 there. Huh. All right. Well, it works. I wonder if I meant to put -1 in there and ended up with it. I have to look at that a little closer. But anyway, I got 1 degree of positive in the front, so 1 degree out, which is interesting on those turns. Maybe that's why I wasn't able to hold those sweeping turns as well as I'd like to. I have to play around with that a little more. That might go to a -1 in there, because that's usually what I'm doing. And then that caster angle is right at 5.0. I had it down at 4.6, 4.8, but it seems to, as I had a little bit more camber, seems to be better with that, just a touch higher. I might even be able to go a little higher with that, up in the 5.5 range, but it's pretty good there. Roll bars, 21 and 16. That's right around where is a starting point on most cars, unless there's some crazy weight difference on a car, but that's pretty good. Springs, I softened them both up a little bit off of the starting points, and especially in the rear even more, so 590, 450. Took the ride height all the way down. That's what I always do that. And then if there's a problem bottoming out, then I'll go ahead and bump them back up in a tenth of an inch at a time until I can get that right. Pretty high in the rebound stiffness, 10 and 9 in the front. That seems to work well in this go around of Forza. I started at about this one. I kind of start high in the front and a little less in the rear, being a rear-wheel drive, and then usually start around 3 or so in the back, and then kind of adjust, or the bump, and then adjust from there. So that's where I ended up with those values. Corner, I had the downforce on there, took it all the way out. Don't really want it on the Alps tracks, just slows you down. Don't need it. Or don't seem to need it. The car's not really fast enough for it. I just needed it for the PI. Works well. Brake balance, 53 is completely opposite from the other games, as I think you've seen other people mention. They're backwards. So normally I would have done 47, 48. 53 seems to work pretty well on this, and 100% I don't use ABS, so I'm usually running around 105, 110 depending on the weight of the car. This one seems pretty dialed in there. Have an acceleration of 50% in the front, which allows me to use the throttle to really control the back end of the car. If you're having problems and not able to keep the back end coming out of turns, if you like to really jam on it coming out of there, you can drop this down to like 25, and that'll really help with that. But I like the throttle control I get with it. And then deceleration down around 15, so that it gives you a little bit of brake, or a little bit of slowdown when you let off, but not too much. And yep, so that is everything on there. Go ahead and give it a try. I have it. It's open sourced. It's also shared out there. You can give the tunes a follow, and check it out. And I think that'll do it for now. I don't think I have anything else on this one. So we'll catch you guys later.